What's up, guys? Jason of New Year's Revolution in the car. A week ago or so, I made a post that said that, I'd be back after I took care of this physical and mental stuff. and I have felt pretty decent for like the past 3 or 4 days. So I just figured I'd say hello, make some announcements, talk about some stuff. Some of you have emailed me asking about the endoscopy that I had on Monday, so a week ago, tomorrow. There's no results. It's, the doctor, I don't know. The medicine in this country is subpar. When I don't have medical insurance right now because I opted out this year being self-employed. It was really expensive and it was horrible coverage. It was a massive deductible. And so I took a stupid calculated risk and said, well, I wasn't sick last year and lost a ton of money, but so let's not do it this year. And then by March, I'm in the hospital. But so I had an appointment with this guy, with this new GI doctor, a few months ago, and he was wonderful. It was a telemed visit, right? So if you're not familiar with telemed, it's since COVID started, doctors were doing phone visits, like video. And an uninsured person like me pays $275 for a 20-minute video appointment with the doctor. But over the phone, in that $275 appointment, he was fine. He was a nice guy. He was reassuring. He was comforting. I go in for the endoscopy on Monday, and he's totally different. So after they shoved a camera down my throat, before I fell asleep, might I add, so I have very faint memories of gagging and punching. After they did the endoscopy, I'm half asleep, and all he says is, well, we'll wait for the biopsy results in 3 to 4 weeks. But then on the piece of paper that he sent me home with, they're like, well, you have mild EOE, mild eosinophilic esophagitis. And then pending the autopsy, wow! Well, there's projecting. Pending the biopsy results, wow. That'll set me back mentally. Pending the biopsy results, they'll decide if they're going to start me on a new med or not. If the eosinophil / white blood cell count has dropped, then I'll probably just stay on the course that I'm on now. If they've gone up, then they're going to put me on something called budesonide, which is a swallowable steroid. Fine, whatever. Wow, that was 3 minutes of a story. Yeah, so I don't have any updates about the endoscopy because they didn't give me any. So we have to wait maybe another 3 weeks for the biopsy results, and I'll know if my eosinophils are dropping. If the eosinophils are dropping, I'm doing something right. If they're climbing, I'm clueless as to what to do next. But whatever, we'll deal with that when it comes. I'm really trying to not have this dominate my brain like it has for 3 months. But when I made that post that said, it was a written post, it wasn't a video. I said, look, I'm going to be away until I get this under control, because I wasn't getting it under control. I was/am horribly depressed and horribly anxious about this. Like I said, it's been a good 3 days. Today being actually the best, which is good because we went to the Nickel City Comic-Con today in Buffalo, and that was pretty good. My kids met their friends there, and they all dressed up like Slipknot. My 2 kids and their 2 friends are both into Slipknot, and they all play music. My Liam's a singer, Finley's a drummer / guitarist. Their 2 friends are a little bit better guitarists and drummers. So they have a little band. and they all like Slipknot, and so they actually dressed up like Slipknot. The kids got masks for Christmas, like Corey Taylor masks and other Slipknot members, and so they all dressed up like Slipknot with like orange jumpsuits on and their masks, and they were famous. They were asked for photos by the guests. So there was a wrestling booth there with like the Buffalo Championship Wrestling, and the wrestlers wanted to take photos with my kids, which was awesome. And they let them hold belt. Like, we weren't going to stop at the Buffalo Championship Wrestling table. They're all, it's like a little indie fed. But they called the kids over and gave them belts and took photos with my kids dressed up like Slipknot, which I thought was cool. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who we were supposed to take photos with, wanted to take a picture with my kids and their friends dressed as Slipknot. Random people walking through the con wanted to take pictures with my kids dressed as Slipknot. So I thought that was awesome. So I felt real good today, and we went to the show, and that's kind of big for me because I have been just down. There's no rhyme or reason to this disease. I've stayed off of all the foods that they told me to stay off, but I still have like this horrible feeling in my throat and tightness and so it's whatever. It's a big whatever. Anyway, the con was great, fairly great. Super expensive to get in, $100 for all of us to get in, and that's lying and telling them that my 7-year-old was 6, because 6-year-old and under is free. It was still $100 for 4 of us to get in, and 1 lying freebie. The main meat of the con was Michael Rooker, Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, and that was great with an asterisk. He was doing $65 autographs, which there's no personalizations, and a Michael Rooker autograph off eBay, is like $20. So, if it was a personalization, that's a different story. Anyway, the downer was he wasn't doing table photo ops. You couldn't get a selfie with him. He was only doing professional photo ops, which I didn't know until I was in line at his table. And his photo op time had come and went. So the security guy was telling us that he'd been seeing him take pictures with kids all weekend. So I was like, all right, we'll work Liam and have Liam work, Michael Rooker. So we get to the table. He's a real nice guy. He's Merle from Walking Dead and Yondu, like I said, and he's got a real grizzled appearance in movies and shows, but he's a real nice guy. Greeting all of us. How y'all doing? And we asked Liam to ask him for a photo. So Liam was like, I love you in Guardians of the Galaxy. Can we take a picture with you? He's like, I'm not doing photo table ops. Just takes too much time. Sorry. But then he's like, but if your dad is pretty good with the selfie, while you're walking away, I can't stop you from taking a picture. So as we're walking away, you can see the picture here. He's telling us, go on, get out of here, and we take the picture. Okay, it was free, and $65 for the autograph. So there's our Michael Rooker family photo, which had I known, I would have bought the professional op, but I didn't, because I didn't know. So Michael Rooker was down. We got a nice autograph from him on a Yondu 8x10. And then for me, as we'll do a show on the Friday the 13th autograph photo op collection in my theater room. We'll show that off in another video. But for me, there were 3 Friday the 13th actors there. 2 of them I had. Lauren Marie Taylor, who was in part 2, and CJ Graham, who we've met twice, was Jason Lives. Was Jason in Jason Lives. But also somebody who I did not meet yet, and I missed at the last Niagara Falls Comic-Con, was Tom Matthews, who plays Tommy Jarvis, of course, and also famous from Return of the Living Dead. He was there. He was fine. You know, I here's a photo of him. I took a photo with him, my little skinny self. Signed a nice autograph with a marker that was a little too thick, and so it didn't come out exactly sharp and crisp. It's fine. I think for photo and autograph, he was 60. So that was good. And then my other meet for my Seinfeld wall was the Soup Nazi, and he was the most expensive of all. A photo with him and an 8x10 was $80 for, you know, mid-card C-list Soup Nazi. Okie doke, I paid the $80 and got a photo with the Soup Nazi and got an autographed 8x10. So, all in all, a fun Nickel City Con. I'm used to going to Comic-Cons by myself and paying $30 to get in and not taking 4 people and paying $100. But it is what it is. I do like Comic-Cons by myself, but it was fun to see my kids getting a ton of attention for dressing up like Slipknot. That was pretty cool. Really cool. So that's that. As far as the channel goes, if I continue to feel well, I'll make videos. If I don't, then I won't make videos. Just because it's a mood thing, you know. If I'm in a crappy mood and my throat's all tight and I don't want to swallow, I don't know why this guy's staring at my damn truck. It's like looking at my truck. If I don't feel good, and it's not like, oh, I got a bad back, or my arm hurts. It's your throat. I almost swore just there. It's your throat. It's your throat, you know, like when I'm not feeling well, it feels like somebody's taking their thumb and pressing right here. Just pressing right here the whole time. Not hard, but enough to be like, what are you doing? Get off my throat. So that's why I go little stretches of time without making videos, because I just want to feel great. You know, I want my mood to be positive so that I can make videos. But I want to do the Friday the 13th collection tour for sure. Before I went out again, I started doing the vlogs, like the daily, the day in the life vlogs. I love those. I want to come back and do more of those. I'm watching, the War to Settle the Score, so hopefully we'll do that in a Wrestling with the Past episode. And finally, the final update, I'm slightly embarrassed to say that a while back, and I don't know how they got my information or whatever, knew anything about me or whatever, but I got an invitation to join Cameo. And Cameo is, if you're in the celebrity world, celebrities, real celebrities, you pay a price and they cut a 30-second or a 45-second greeting for you video. So I don't know, who did I see on there? Like Method Man or William Shatner or Michael Rooker will do a, happy birthday greeting for you, or happy anniversary, or hey, you graduated high school, or whatever. And you pay for it. You pay stupid prices, right? So I was like, what is this? And I filled out all the information and I got approved. So I am on Cameo, And when I was setting up my account, I couldn't go. I wanted to do it for like $5, but they wouldn't let me do it for $5. So the big news, ladies and gentlemen, for $10 or for free, if you don't go through Cameo, for $10, I can do a personalized greeting to you and your family and your children. This is so dumb. For $10, that's the lowest that the website would let me go. For $10, I can do a personalized greeting of whatever you want. So you go on Cameo, Cameo, and you type in Jason Knupp. You don't type in the New Ages Revolution, type in Jason Knupp. Knupp. And, you know, I can make you a personalized greeting for $10. Okay, and any proceeds from Cameo will go directly to the channel. It'll go directly to a TV guide. You know, I'll purchase a TV guide or something. Now, aside from that, the packages are shipping. My man Jay, I think your whole name is on your screen name, Jay McClintock, I think. You've got a package coming. You won an item off of eBay a week ago, but I added some bonus items to make you happy. And everybody else who has requested a game, it's hard to find boxes for these games. They're weird shaped, but they're coming. They really are. Tom Campbell, your lunchbox is coming. My man Jackie, your lunchbox is coming. Lisa Enormous Response, your lunchbox and free bonus gift is coming. I searched through my girl toys for you, not to genderize you, but I did. Yeah, so go on Cameo and pay me $10 for a personalized message for your children. Or don't, ever, at all. I don't care. If nobody does it in like a month, I'm just going to close it because it's silly. All right. That's it. So that's the update on me. I'm trying to feel better mentally enough to... It is a mental thing. It's totally mental. I mean, it's a physical disease. Yes, I have something wrong with my esophagus, but it is such a mental game to play with this. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be feeling good, or maybe even July 4th when I'm off a little bit of time. I'll do I'll show you my Friday the 13th autograph meet and greet poster signage collection that is just decorating my living room. So, all right, that is all. Good night now.